Welcome to How to Create a Custom Goal for a Quality Improvement Plan or QIP tutorial. Practicing continuous quality improvement in your early childhood program is essential to providing the best care and learning experiences for the children and their families. This tutorial is designed to support directors in developing custom goals for continuous quality improvement in their early childhood programs. Throughout this tutorial, you are encouraged to reflect on how you will use this information to develop and utilize custom goals in your leadership practices. This tutorial will cover the following topics: definitions of custom goal, action plan, and quality improvement plan, QIP, sample custom goals with action plans, and how to create a custom goal in a web-based early learning system otherwise known as WELS. As a center leader, one of your responsibilities is to analyze areas in need of improvement to meet the needs of the children, parents, and staff in your early childhood program. The Quality Improvement Plan, or QIP, is your connection to support and assistance from your technical assistance specialist and a guiding force behind your early childhood program's improvements. The QIP is created collaboratively by the technical assistance specialist and program director. The QIP defines the custom goals, action plans, and timelines that guide technical assistance supports. Each QIP has one or two custom goals. The 6 content areas for which a custom goal can be created are found in the WELS system: foundational work, interactions, assessment and documentation, curriculum, planning and instruction, behavioral management, special needs, and accreditation. A custom goal can be considered a short-term objective for improvement. It is a statement that defines the changes or improvements directors want to see in their program within one of the 6 QIP content areas and within a specific time frame. It also defines the purpose or benefit of accomplishing the plan related to children and/or families, and how that improvement will be documented or measured. Custom goals written for the Quality Improvement Plan are expected to be achieved within 6 months. Each custom goal is broken down into 4 to 6 smaller pieces called action plans. Each action plan details a specific step or strategy to create the custom goal, identified and implemented by directors and teachers. Elements to consider for an action plan are: who will be involved, what is to be accomplished, what is the time frame, and what are the requirements. Next, you have the opportunity to practice writing custom goals and action plans for each content area based on the scenarios that follow. You have the option to view the scenarios for each content area, a few, or just one you are interested in. If you're interested in a few or just one, please use the table of contents to the left to navigate the video. Also, it is essential to view the last portion of the video, which provides specific instructions on creating a custom goal in WELS. If you prefer to view the video in its entirety, there is no need to do anything else. Now, imagine that the following scenarios occurred in your program. What improvements or changes would be necessary? What would your custom goals state? After each scenario, take a few minutes to reflect and write down a possible custom goal that defines what will change and within what time frame. Once you write your custom goal, it's time to determine the action plans. What needs to happen in order to achieve the custom goal? Remember to consider who will be involved, what is to be accomplished, what is the time frame, and what are the requirements. Read this scenario. Imagine this is happening in your program. Please pause this video to reflect and write a possible custom goal with action plans. Then resume the video to move on to see the custom goal and action plan examples for this scenario. The custom goal for this particular issue would fall into the WELS standard or element of foundational work. The custom goal is: staff will stimulate children's curiosity and exploration through developmentally appropriate materials and interactions, as evident by classroom observation, within 6 months. This statement defines the improvement that the director wants to see in the program, how the improvement will be measured or documented, and the time frame in which the improvements are expected to be made. Possible action plans for this custom goal are: Staff within 1 month will define learning areas and label developmentally appropriate materials using the ERS inventory as a guide, as evident by classroom observations. Staff within 2 months will add open-ended materials to learning areas to encourage children's curiosity and exploration using the ERS inventory as a guide, as evident by classroom observations. Staff within 3 months will support children's curiosity and exploration throughout the day by asking open-ended questions connected to their experiences, as evident by classroom observations. And staff within 6 months will support children's curiosity and exploration throughout the day by planning intentional activities and relevant open-ended questions, as evident by classroom observations. These action plans break down how the custom goal will be achieved by defining the specific steps that will be taken and the expected time frames for each. Notice that each step builds upon the previous one. The action steps start with a basic strategy of improving the physical environment and build from there to include improved teacher interaction and planning to stimulate children's curiosity and exploration. Read this scenario. Imagine this is happening in your program. Please pause this video to reflect and write a possible custom goal with action plans. Then resume the video to move on to see the custom goal and action plan examples for this scenario. This issue in the preceding scenario would fall under the WELS standard or element of interactions. A possible custom goal is, staff will begin to implement pre-K class instructional support strategies to improve the instructional interactions and child learning as measured by informal observations within the next 6 months. This goal defines what the director wants to have happen in her center to improve the interactions and learning, how it will be measured or documented, and in what time frame. Possible action plans for this custom goal are: staff will use the Teachstone website to learn language modeling strategies and use them throughout the day to support children's learning as indicated by informal observations within the next 2 months. Staff will use the Teachstone website to learn quality of feedback strategies and use them throughout the day to support children's learning as indicated by informal observations within the next 3 months. Staff will use the Teachstone website to learn concept development strategies and use them throughout the day to support children's learning, as indicated by informal observations within the next 6 months. And staff will complete training on the pre-K class tool to deepen their knowledge of instructional support within the next 6 months. These action plans define who is involved, which is the staff, which may also include the director and other program administrators, what is to be accomplished, which is learning and using instructional support strategies, the time frame, which is 2, 3, and 6 months respectively, the requirements, which is using the Teachstone website and completing training, and the purpose or benefit, which is to support children's learning. The content of the action plans is also purposely organized to build competence from least to most important, with implementation of language modeling first, then quality of feedback, and then concept development. Read this scenario. Imagine this is happening in your program. Please pause this video to reflect and write a possible custom goal with action plans. Then resume the video to move on to see the custom goal or action plan examples for this scenario. The issue in the preceding scenario falls into the WELS standard or element of assessment and documentation. The sample custom goal is, within 6 months, staff will use a developmentally appropriate child assessment tool to observe and document children daily, evaluating each child's progress as evident by quarterly checkpoint periods. Possible action plans for this custom goal are: staff will investigate and choose a developmentally appropriate child observation and assessment tool within 6 weeks. Staff will complete necessary training on the chosen assessment tool and demonstrate understanding of the assessment process within 2 months. Staff will observe, document, and evaluate at least 2 children daily and record documentation as evident by online report or child portfolios within 3 months. And staff will observe children daily, documenting and evaluating specifically what a child says or does as evident by online reports or child portfolios within 4 months. Notice how the custom goal defines the change that the director wants to see and the time frame for completion, and how the action steps start with training on the chosen assessment tool and gradually support building competence over the 6-month period. Read this scenario. Imagine this is happening in your program. Please pause this video to reflect and write a possible custom goal with action plans. Then resume the video to move on to see the custom goal and action plan examples for this scenario. The preceding scenario falls into the WELS standard or element of curriculum, planning, and instruction. The sample custom goal is: staff will provide children with developmentally appropriate, meaningful activities connected to WELS and the program's curriculum objectives within 6 months. Possible action plans for this custom goal are: staff will use GOLD or FELDS to examine the learning and development of the children in their classrooms and review the program's curriculum objectives within 2 months. Staff will plan developmentally appropriate activities for small and large group times connected to FELDS or GOLD as evident by classroom observations and weekly lesson plans within 3 months. Staff will write weekly lesson plans driven by the children's learning and development as evident by monthly review of the goal progression or anecdotal notes and portfolios within 4 months. And staff will develop developmentally appropriate lesson plans connected to math and literacy content areas as evident by lesson plans and classroom observations within 6 months. Read this scenario. Imagine this is happening in your program. Please pause this video to reflect and write a possible custom goal with action plans. Then resume the video to move on to see the custom goal or action plan examples for this scenario. The preceding scenario falls into the WELS standard or element of behavior management and special needs. The sample custom goal is: staff will consistently practice the use of developmentally appropriate behavior guidance strategies daily in 6 months. Possible action plans for this custom goal are: staff will assess current behavior guidance practices within 1 month. Staff will review class behavior management descriptions appropriate for their age group within 1 month. Staff will choose and implement 1 new developmentally appropriate behavior guidance strategy each month. And staff will complete training on developmentally appropriate behavior guidance within 6 months. Read this scenario. Imagine this is happening in your program. Please pause this video to reflect and write a possible custom goal with action plans. Then resume the video to move on to see the custom goal and action plan examples for this scenario. The preceding scenario falls into the WELS standard or element of accreditation. The sample custom goal is: staff will review and begin the accreditation process to improve program quality within 1 year. Possible action plans for this custom goal are: staff will use the DCF website to select an accrediting body within 1 month. Staff will review the accreditation process for selecting accrediting body within 2 months. Staff will discuss and implement budgeting for the accreditation process within 3 months. And staff will begin to implement accreditation standards self-study within 6 months. How did you do writing custom goals and action plans for each of the scenarios? Did you choose the correct content area for each scenario? Did your custom goals define the desired change, benefit, or purpose for children and families and the expected time frame? Did your action plans for each custom goal outline specific steps or strategies to take toward the goal? Did each one define who will be involved, what is to be accomplished, what are the requirements, and what is the time frame? What questions do you still have about the process of developing custom goals and action plans? Now that we have a clear understanding of custom goals, let's take a closer look at how a custom goal for a quality improvement plan in WELS is created. Please go to http:// www.wells.strongmindspbc.org. Log in using your registered email address and password. After logging into the account, click on My Organization. Next, click on Improvement Plan and then View or Edit QIP. Choose a content area for the desired change or improvement for which you will enter a custom goal. Remember, your options are foundational work, interactions, assessment and documentation, curriculum planning and instruction, behavior management and special needs, and accreditation. To enter your custom goal for the chosen content area, click on New Custom Goal. In the space provided, enter the custom goal you have developed for the content area you have selected. Once you have typed your custom goal, click Save. The next step is to create an action plan. Click on New Action Plan to create a new action plan. In the scope of a QIP plan, select Site or Room for which the action plan is intended. If Room is selected, another box to the right will appear. You will then select which room to include. In the Custom Goal box, select the custom goal that the action plan will support. In the Action Plan box, type the specific step or strategy you have developed to support the custom goal, following the guidelines discussed earlier. In the Person Responsible box, type the name or names of staff responsible for meeting the goal. In the Position box, select the role of the person responsible. In the Progress box, select In Progress. In the Target Date box, select or enter the projected completion date. In the Resources Needed box, identify any resources that may be used to support completion. In the Training Needed box, identify any training that may be taken to support completion. Lastly, click Save. When the task has been completed, you will need to revisit the Quality Improvement Plan and select Completed under the Progress tab. Incorporating custom goals in the development of a quality improvement plan is essential for a successful plan, achievement of goals, demonstration of desired results at an early childhood program, and most importantly, improving quality outcomes for children. Thank you for watching this tutorial on how to create a custom goal for a quality improvement plan.